Hey, hello. It's been a hot minute since I made videos on this channel, and there's a lot of reasons for that. The first being YouTube has turned into a circus, for a lack of better words. It's turned into an ugly, hateful community where people think it's appropriate to say very offensive or socially outdated things that are either racist, misogynistic, transphobic, homophobic, xenophobic, albiest. The list goes on to get views, right? We saw it with a girl who's made a video called Dear Fat People or something. Eventually her video got down. We saw it with PewDiePie with his imagery of neo-Nazism. And he's since lost major, you know, major ties with Disney and stuff. Good. But one of the biggest reasons why I haven't been making videos lately is because of the fact that my content that is very informative, right? That's helped thousands of people to either inform themselves about their gender or their sexuality, or just people that are not queer or trans to educate themselves about someone. I've noticed that my videos have been vanishing. I've noticed that my videos have been demonetized, which I don't give a fuck because I don't rely on YouTube for a job. I don't. I don't make shit for my videos. I do this for the kids who message me saying that I saved their lives by literally talking about my story as a queer trans woman, right? So I first noticed that my videos were starting to become restricted when I made my 2-year on estrogen video. Took me a while to make that video. And it took me a while to make my video about transgender laser hair removal. And I noticed that those two videos were not able to be monetized and they were restricted. And I didn't think anything of it, so I was just like, whatever, cool. I didn't think anything of it. But then I noticed that other creators such as Chase Ross and Kat Black were starting to talk on their social media about the fact that their content that they put time, money, and hard labor into are being restricted. So I started to get a little suspicious, but then again, I was just like, whatever, like, don't want to think too much of it because I don't like to create much on here anymore. But what hit the nail on the head was when Gigi Gorgeous, who has millions of followers, right? And Steph Stagnotti, who I both look up to, both made videos today talking about YouTube's restriction on LGBTQ plus topics. So I have a few issues with this as a queer trans woman, right? I have some issues because YouTube was a community when I was closeted to safely log on and hear other people's stories and hear about their lives and their lived experiences because that's where we learn the most. I have an issue with this because so many kids have messaged me on social media, have commented on my videos saying that my videos have helped them discover themselves and learn more about themselves, right? And by YouTube now restricting queer and trans content, these children who may be closeted or may live with families that are not supportive and very closed-minded and may have these restrictions on their Gmail settings, now these kids cannot find content. They cannot find creators that are similar to them, make topics about their lives, right? It pisses me off because, like, it'd be one thing if I had my titties out, right? And I was like, this is the transgender life, yes. But I don't. My videos are tastefully done. There are videos of literal neo-Nazis, right? Talking about people of color are inhuman, that queer and trans people are not human and should be killed. But their videos aren't restricted. They're not. So it's becoming painfully obvious that this new restriction settings on queer and trans content is a direct attack on creators. This is literally people's income. People rely on YouTube to make a living, to get food on their table, to pay their rent, to get housing, right? So I have a few issues with the fact that YouTube, specifically and explicitly, is restricting queer and trans content because now it's becoming very inaccessible for children and it's putting out a message that our content is not family friendly when it's far from it. It's far from it. There have been mothers who have messaged me and DM'd me on Instagram saying that my article with USA Today helped their kid realize that they're trans, or my USA Today article helped them become a more informed person, right? So all I have to say about this is, YouTube, what's good? And I'm going to find it very, very annoying if this video is put on a restricted list. Because all my videos, right? All my videos are restricted. Every single one of them. So now my 380 plus followers on here and over 400 followers on Instagram can no longer find my content if they are underage. That pisses me off. It pisses me off because like I said, it sets out a message that we're not family friendly when that's far from it because there's queer and trans families everywhere, right? It just like boggles my mind because we have creators like Gigi Gorgeous who co-sponsored with YouTube to make a YouTube Red documentary revolving around her transition. But yet we want to privatize and restrict trans creators like her in the same breath. And we want to restrict people's videos like Stefan Stenyati's video about makeup for trans women, where she goes in depth about helping trans women who are either new to makeup or new to their transition on how to make themselves look more feminine or make themselves feel more at peace with themselves, right? It pisses me off that people like Chase Ross, who spent a lot of money on equipment, making videos that are very informative, not sexual at all, about STPs and Packers and stuff, and all of his videos are being restricted. It's infuriating. And what I have to say to my followers or anyone that's watching this video is please, please reach out to YouTube's help desk. Reach out to Google's help desk and support team because YouTube and Google are intertwined. And by signaling to the support desk and the support crew that this is not okay and we're not going to stand for this, will potentially allow there to be a teachable moment with not only the public but with the creators of YouTube to realized that this restriction is setting off way too many negative messages. And honey, they need to learn from history because it was trans women of color at the front of the queer and trans liberation movement in the 60s that said enough is enough. And I am not going to allow this because I have way too many followers that are underage that look up to me as a role model and are just, it's just bullshit. And we need to have a conversation about this restriction settings because YouTube has not explicitly said anything on any social media. And that says multitudes. Because there's been plenty of creators like Chase Ross and Kat Black who have been outspoken about it. And as their followers follow, they are also outspoken about it. So, yeah, that's my thoughts on this bullshit new restriction policy. So, YouTube, if you want to restrict this video, you can go suck my dick. How about that?